A Martian day is called a sol. It's a little longer than an Earth day, about 24 hours and 39 minutes. The alarm still feels too early, but duty calls, even on Mars. This new rhythm dictates everything, from when you eat to when you conduct experiments. Waking up on Mars is, well, strange. You are inside a pressurized habitat, a small bubble of Earth. Outside, Mars waits. It is not friendly. The air is thin, mostly carbon dioxide. You cannot breathe it. The pressure is low, very low. Your blood would boil without protection. The habitat is your shield, your only shield against the raw planet. The first look outside is always something. Through the reinforced viewport you see it, the red dust, the rocks, the alien sky. It is a silent world, just the hum of the habitat systems, the life support. Every morning you remember this. You are an astronaut on Mars, a pioneer, and you have work to do. Inside there is warmth, breathable air, and coffee. A new sol has begun. The morning routine on Mars is all about preparation and checking systems. Lots of checking. Before you even think about breakfast, you check the habitat's status, power levels, oxygen levels, water recycling. Everything needs to be green. If something is yellow, you investigate. If it is red, that is a bad start to the sol. Temperature control is also critical. Inside, it is comfortable. Outside, it is anything but. The temperature on Mars swings wildly. During the day, near the equator, it might reach a balmy 20 degrees Celsius for a little while. But at night, it plummets down to minus 73 Celsius. So, any activity outside the habitat requires a spacesuit. Not just any suit, a highly advanced personal spacecraft. It provides pressure, oxygen, and temperature regulation. Putting on the spacesuit is a careful process. It takes time. You cannot rush it. First, the liquid cooling and ventilation garment. Then the main suit assembly. Gloves, helmet. Each connection must be secure, each seal perfect. Once suited, you are a self-contained unit, ready to face Mars. Midday on Mars is often prime time for extravehicular activities, EVAs. That is when the sun is highest, providing the best light and slightly less brutal temperatures. The main tasks for the sol are usually scientific, collecting rock samples, analyzing soil, deploying instruments, or checking on long-term experiments already in place. Each task is planned meticulously. Life support maintenance is also a constant. It is not just about the suit. The habitat itself needs care. Filters need changing, systems need monitoring. Power generation, usually solar, needs to be optimal. If you are using a rover for surface exploration, that needs checking too. Battery levels, tire integrity, navigation systems. Exploring in a pressurized rover is a different experience. You can cover more ground, reach more distant geological features. The rover is a mini habitat on wheels. The views from the rover are stunning. Vast plains, towering canyons, ancient riverbeds, every rock tells a story. Each successful experiment, each new sample is a victory. Section 4. Facing the dangers, risks beyond the airlock. Working outside on Mars is inherently risky. Radiation is a major concern. Mars has a thin atmosphere and no global magnetic field. So, solar flares and cosmic rays are a bigger threat. Your suit and the habitat offer some protection, but cumulative exposure is something every astronaut tracks carefully. You limit EVA time when solar activity is high. Dust storms are another Martian specialty. They can be small, localized events, or they can grow to engulf the entire planet. The air is too thin for strong winds like in movies. But the dust is incredibly fine, like talcum powder. It gets everywhere. It can clog mechanisms, coat solar panels, reducing power, and it can reduce visibility to almost zero. A major dust storm can halt outside operations for weeks. Then there is the ever-present risk of suit malfunctions, a tear in the fabric, a helmet seal failure, a problem with the oxygen supply or CO2 scrubbers. Your suit is a complex machine, and complex machines can break. Even a simple trip or fall can be dangerous. Every EVA is a calculated risk. Section 5. Winding down. Sunset, science, and slow communication. As the Martian sol draws to a close, activities shift. If you are on an EVA, you return to the habitat. The decontamination process is important, getting all that fine Martian dust off the suits before re-entering the main living area. Then the suit comes off. It is always a relief to be free of its constraints, to breathe habitat air again, to feel normal. The evening is often dedicated to logging findings. All the data collected during the sol needs to be recorded, observations noted, samples cataloged. This information is vital. It is the reason you are here. This data will be sent back to Earth for scientists around the world to analyze. Communication with Earth has a significant delay. Depending on planetary alignments, it can be anywhere from 4 to 24 minutes one way. So, a conversation is not really possible. Social interaction with your crewmates is important. You are a small group, living and working in close quarters, far from home. Sharing meals, discussing the day's events, playing games, watching movies. These moments of normalcy help maintain morale. Section 6. Nightfall on Mars, Stars, Moons, and Survival. Night on Mars is quiet, deeply quiet. The thin atmosphere does not carry sound well. Inside the habitat, the hum of life support is a constant companion. But outside there is a profound stillness. The stars are incredibly clear, brighter than on Earth because there is no light pollution and very little atmospheric distortion. You can see constellations with a clarity you never imagined. And the Milky Way, a brilliant band across the dark sky. Mars has two small moons, Phobos and Deimos. They are not like Earth's moon. They are small, irregularly shaped, likely captured asteroids. Phobos zips across the sky relatively quickly, sometimes more than once a night. Deimos is smaller and further out. They are tiny points of light, but they are Mars's companions, part of its celestial neighborhood. Watching them is another reminder. You are truly on another world, a world with its own sky. Energy conservation becomes critical at night, especially if you rely on solar power.